Welcome to ArtBase. In this video, I'm going to show you how to work with images in the inventory file in ArtBase. So you'll see I've entered a brand new record here and I want to enter an image for it. All I do is I click in the square on the left-hand side and it will prompt me to go and find the image on my computer. I find the JPEG I want and I double click on it. It will pop my image in here. You'll see that on the right-hand side, I've written out some recommendations for image formats in ArtBase. And I'm going to leave this up here on the screen while I do my training. And you'll see that you need to import JPEGs. They should be RGB format, and they should be 300 dpi or less. The physical dimension should be no larger than 8.5 by 11 inches, because that's really the largest you're ever going to print it from ArtBase. Is full, paper size. So if you follow those directions, your image should average to around 500K. We say no larger than 2 megabytes, but really if you follow those directions, it should be much smaller. So coming back, I'm going to take us over to a record that has more images entered for it. And you'll see that you'll see a larger image here, but you also see secondary images displayed at the bottom. You can import unlimited images for each artwork into the program, and just the first 4 appear on the screen. You'll come back, if you just click on the image here, it will take you to the imaging screen. And you'll see you have a scrolling area over here on the left-hand side where you can store unlimited images. To see any of these, you just click on them. To import a new one, you just hit Import Image, and it will put it at the bottom of the list. You'll see on the right-hand side, when I import an image into ArtBase, ArtBase automatically displays the details about the image I've imported. So you can check the sizes, make sure that it's the right one. Coming back, you can enter a caption for the artwork, so maybe front of image, back of image, something like that, and you can choose whether that prints out. You can enter a credit line. Again, you can choose to print that information. This will automatically populate with the file name that was originally imported. So it's actually going to give you the full path of the original image, so you can know where that was originally located. The photographer of the piece, the date it was photographed. So let's have a look at when we print this image out, what that looks like. When I choose Print this image, it will ask me if I want to print a regular printout or a full size. So the full size has no text on it, so it doesn't print your artist title, date, medium, dimensions. It just prints the image to the edge of the paper, as far out to the edge as it can. And if you choose regular, it gives you a little bit more. So in here you'll see you can choose whether you want the letterhead at the top. If you don't want the letterhead to print, you can go to the print menu at the top and turn the letterhead off. You have a large image here, and then you have basic artwork details at the bottom of your screen. So down here you can see it's going to print artist title, date, medium, dimensions, signed information, edition information. So I've checked off to print the photo credit line. That would appear at the bottom of this text if I chose to do that. There's also a little bit of text down here at the bottom that you can set in the settings file that prints on every single one of your images. Okay, so let's come back and see more of our options. Actually, before I leave the screen, let me show you. Just hit Print to print it out, or you can choose Save as PDF to save it as a PDF. To get out of the screen, you hit Continue. And in here, you can also email this image. If you choose Email Image, it will prompt you to go and find a person in your contacts to email it to, and it will create either a JPEG or a PDF, and you have your options there. You can make this image a primary. So for example, if I decide that this is the image I want to be the main image for this item, I can choose Make Primary, and it will bring it up to the top of my list here, and back in the inventory, it will show it on the main screen. I can also choose print options. So there's some more options I can choose in here in how this prints out. You'll see there's print caption and print credit line, which I see over here on the right hand side, but I can choose them here too. I can choose to print retail, framed price. I can also choose to print the edition copy number. So In the settings file, you can choose whether copy numbers always print on images, and in this particular case, for example, if I work with full editions, I probably don't want the copy number to print. So that's essentially 1 of 10. And so normally images print edition of 10 versus edition 1 of 10. Because the image is usually the same for all of the editions. But maybe in this case, I want to print the edition copy number, and I can choose that. I can also choose if it's landscape. And so if this image looks nicer as a landscape image, I can choose to print it that way. Okay, so I can also choose to export this image. So if I want to export the image out of ArtBase, so I import it into ArtBase, maybe I lose the original JPEG, or maybe I want to export it in a different size than I imported it at. I can choose export this image, and this is going to export it at the original dimensions that you imported it at if I choose original. Or I can choose other. Now if I choose other, I can choose to export it as a medium size, and you can see the dimensions here. It's a 72 dpi, which is a screen resolution size. Or I can do a thumbnail, which is a really tiny 1 by 1 inch size. Or I can choose custom, in which case I can enter my own DPI and my own pixel size. When I choose export, it will save that to my desktop. Okay, over here on the left-hand side, you'll see you can import an image, which we've seen before. You can also print out all of your images, or you can export all of your images. So there are a couple of choices when we use the word all, so let's have a look. When you choose print all, you can print for the entire found set. So if I have a found set currently of 133 records, that's going to print images for all 133 items. Or I can choose related. And related basically means related images for the current item. So for this Richard Avedon, Catherine Deneuve piece, it will print out all of the images for that. Okay, that's imaging in ArtBase.